Middle East has always been a dangerous, a volatile situation that can be ignited at any time. Iran is the leader of Islamic world, while Israel is the leader of Jewish world. The grudge between the two is not something that can be settled in a day or two. Recently, Israel took action against Iran, allegedly in retaliation for Iran's previous attack. But the strange thing is that neither side fought to the death. It's like dancing, a careful, choreographic dance, with every step just right, showing strength, leaving room for maneuver. According to BBC, satellite images analyzed by BBC verify show damage to a number of military sites in Iran from Israeli airstrike on Saturday. They include sites experts say they were used for missile production and air defense, including one previously linked to Iran's nuclear program. The satellite imagery following Israeli strike shows damage to buildings at what experts say is a major weapons development and production facility at Pashin, about 30 kilometers east of Tehran. The site has been linked to rocket production, according to experts from the International Institute for Strategic Studies (IISS). Comparing high-resolution satellite imagery taken on 9th September with images captured on 27th October, it appears that at least four structures have been significantly damaged. One of these structures, known as Telegan 2, has been previously linked to Iran's nuclear program by International Atomic Energy Agency (IAEA). In 2016, IAEA found evidence of uranium particles at the site, raising questions about banned nuclear activity there. Another site apparently targeted in Israeli airstrike is at Kojir, about 20 kilometers northwest of Pashin. Fabian Hinge of ISSA, Kohir is known as the area with highest concentration of ballistic missile related infrastructure within Iran. It was the site of mysterious large explosion in 2020. The satellite photo shows at least two buildings in the complex appears to have been severely damaged. Analysts from Civilian, a risk intelligence company, concluded the damage to Iranian facilities believed to be linked to rocket fuel production at both Pashin and Kojir will ultimately undermine Iran's ability to fire another salvo of scale necessary to beat Israel F defense. A military site at Sharod, about 350 kilometers to the east of Tehran, has also sustained damage, according to satellite imagery taken after Israeli strike. Located in the northern province of Seman, this area is significant because it has been involved in the production of long-range missile components, according to Fabian Henge of IISS. Nearby is the Sharod Space Center, controlled by Revolutionary Guards Corps, from which Iran launched a military satellite into space in 2020. Israel has claimed that it successfully targeted Iran's aerial defense systems at a number of locations, but it's difficult to confirm this with satellite imagery available. We have obtained satellites, the BBC says, imagery which appears to show damage to a site described by experts as a radar installation. The site itself was established decades ago. BBC has identified what appears to be damage to a storage unit at Abadan oil refinery based in the southwestern province of Khuzestan. However, BBC's staff don't know what caused it. There is likely to be damage in some areas across Iran caused by debris or misfiring defense system. The New York Times cited Israeli officials as saying that Abadan oil refinery was one of the sites targeted in its airstrike on Saturday morning. Iran authorities confirmed on Saturday that Khuzestan province had been targeted by Israel. Abadan oil refinery is the country's largest, capable of producing 500,000 barrels a day, according to the chief executive. Satellite imagery isn't always conclusive in identifying damaged structures. For example, photograph BBC have taken verified showing smoke rising near Hazrat Amir Brigade Air Defense Base suggested it had been successfully targeted, but satellite imagery of area captured on Sunday has too many shadows to confirm any damage. Iran launched a missile attack on Israel at the start of October for the second time this year after firing 300 missiles or drones in April. This one is the latest attack on Iran. Let us talk Israel first. Israel is a tough guy in the Middle East and has always been known for its toughness. This retaliatory action is simply imperative for them. Why? Because Iran gave Israel a warning a while ago, and missiles flew towards Israel's military bases and intelligence agencies. If it doesn't respond, how can Israel survive in the Middle East? They must not be laughed at by other Arab countries. So Israel has to get back their position, let the world know that they are not easy to mess with. But Israel is also smart. Iran's power in the Middle East is intertwined, and it still has a lot of ballistic missiles in its hands. If it is really provoked, Iran will destroy, and Israel will have to cry for its parents. So, Israel's revenge this time not only slapped Iran in the face but also left a way out for itself, which can be said to kill two birds with one stone. Let's come to Iran. Iran was forced to do so this time. Why? Because the allies such as Hamas, Hezbollah have been severely punished by Israel recently, especially the death of Hamas leader Hanna and Hezbollah leader Nasrallah, which is simply a shame for Iran. If Iran does not stand up and say something at this time, which will be willing to follow them in the future. So Iran must also express its position, let the world know that they are still a well-known figure in Middle East. But Iran also knows that a full-scale war with Israel would be an absolute disaster. Iran's economic situation is not good to begin with. Although its military strength is strong, it cannot withstand a long-term war of attrition. So Iran stopped at the right time and responding to Israel's provocation without making a big fuss.
After watching this video, don't forget to give it thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell icon to get notified whenever we post new content. Your support means a lot and helps our team create more videos like this. Thanks for watching.